up, guys? This is Sade with Third Generation Conjure, and I am coming back with another video. So if you don't know who we are a spiritual company. We specialize in spiritual supplies, cater to the practice of hoodoo, and on our site we have different products such as oils, baths, candles, and spiritual services. Before we go any further, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel. Also follow us on Instagram, which is Third Generation Conjure, and like us on Facebook, which is Third Generation Conjure as well. Y'all know I don't really like being on video, so I might go like into a slideshow or something just because, you know, I think it's distracting. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to talk about some things I've been seeing. And, you know, anytime I see things, I come and I talk about it. So we're going to talk about tarot readings. What's the purpose of getting them? We're also going to talk about some consistency in your working and also recognizing when your work works, which is something I've talked about on several occasions. But for my new people coming in, we just going to go through and we're going to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, so first I want to get on to the topic of tarot readings, okay, because I've been seeing it a lot, and I actually had Auntie to get on board with me and do some readings, and even she said the same thing. It's kind of hard to read on something when you're not given a topic to particularly talk about. Okay, so if you come into a reading and it's a general reading, okay, it may resonate with you and it may make sense to you. And, you know, we can be pulling cards and it's kind of not making sense to us. You know, we're pulling additional cards to figure out what aspect of your life that we're looking at. Okay, because, you know, I could be pulling cards and it could say you have some blockages with XYZ, this particular person. And, you know, that could be in a relationship, or that can even be somebody that you're working with. You know, somebody that you're working with as far as your career is concerned. So it's important that you provide something to get an accurate reading. I mean, I guess the reading is still accurate, but to get the most bang for your buck, okay? So, you know, whether that's saying, hey, can we take a look at my love life? Can we take a look at my career? That's a better method to go by to get the most optimal advice in your readings, okay? Also, tarot readings are for advice, okay? So, you know, when you come in, you can get an outcome card and it can be accurate, but sometimes that outcome can change, especially if you don't take the advice of those cards. Like I gave an example previously in a video that I did. If I always like to give advice because I feel like it is a necessity, and that is what readings are used for, to give you advice on how to progress with whatever issue that you're going through. And, you know, like I said, I gave us a prior example in a video where I said, okay, if you come to me and say, hey, can you tell me the outcome of me buying a house? So if I say, okay, well, you know, I would do some crown of success, some road opening works, maybe some money drawing works if you need to get some money up to put a deposit, you know, put a down payment on your house and all of that. So if I say, hey, I see you buying a house in 6 months, if you get on a budget, if you save some money, I see you buying a house in 6 months. But if you bypass all of that advice, then don't expect that outcome in 6 months, okay? Because things can change depending on the actions that we take. Okay, so that was basically all I wanted to say with the readings. Now, I don't ask for any kind of information like your date of birth and all of that kind of stuff, but, you know, I would like for people to be more open to what they're reading about. You don't have to give me everything play by play with what's going on, but just a general, you know, just a general topic or something that we can look into. Makes it a lot easier for me as a reader. Makes your reading go a little bit smoother and a little bit more understandable. Okay, so that was all I wanted to talk about on that topic. Going into, I've made a post about being consistent with your work. I see a lot of people that are jumping on this spirituality train, and they're doing it as a trend. I want to make a point that, especially with this practice is a lifestyle. This practice utilizes the relationship that you have established with your ancestors. So if you don't have that relationship established with your ancestors, you're not following that initial step, don't expect maximum results out of your workings, okay? Then it's also important to realize when your work is taken. I have done work, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't done work that hasn't manifested. I've done work that hasn't manifested. I posted about it a while ago saying that on the previous job that I had, I really wanted this position. It was like at this company, I could not move up to save my life. I was stagnated in the same position. It wasn't that I was a bad worker. I didn't know what I was doing. I was all of that. You know what I'm saying? I gave my all when I went to work. I got good reviews, performance evaluations, etc. But I was stuck in this job. Okay, I was stuck in the same position. I couldn't progress forward. And now I know the reason why. Like the last time that I guess I went for a promotion, I did work on this promotion, guys. I mean, and I was running this company at this time, but it really wasn't, picking up speed like I would like. But, I did work on this promotion. I did a sweetening jar on the person who was giving an interview. I did crown of success. I also did my protection. I did all of that, and I did not get the job. Okay, so then I'm sitting here questioning myself too, like, why my work not manifesting? But then later on, I see the bigger picture. I was able to leave that job and do what I'm doing full time and be able to help people. Okay, so that was the reason why that work didn't work. Okay, and then come to find out, later on, it was like a whole department that was laid off that I was trying to go to. So that was my protection work, protecting me from that. And I want you guys to recognize that too when you're doing your workings. Like I've had people that said that they did a steady work candle, for a promotion, or one particular girl, she did a steady work candle and she ended up getting fired the next day. But then something better came in, something better came along. So you may automatically think like, oh, this might be some bad juju or something like that, but really it's setting you up for what is most beneficial to you. Just like if you do some love working and somebody breaks up with you, okay? That breakup may bring you closer to that person, or that person may not be beneficial for you. Because when you come into this practice, you have to realize that you come into this practice to better your life, but this is still a spiritual practice, okay? So it's not like you're coming in to get glitter and gold and all of that. It comes along with the territory, but you have to come into it for the right reasons. Okay, like I tell people, they may come into the practice because their money is funny. And, they can't keep money in their pocket, but it may be something generational going on. It may be some uncrossing that needs to be done. So sometimes unconventional things are what you need to do. It may not be exactly what you think that you need to do. Okay, like you may come in and think that you need some love work, but you really don't need love work. You need some uncrossing. You need some road opener to bring some better opportunities for love in your life. So what you think you may need may not even be what you need. Okay, and that's why I always tell people to get divinations to see what it is that they need and what path that they need to go on. Okay, so I mean, that's just one thing that I wanted to talk about. That's all to do with also consistency with your workings. I also see a lot of times that people come into this practice, they're like, hey, my life is in shambles. What do I need to do? And I take them through the process. So I want you to establish a relationship with your ancestors first and foremost. I want you to do some uncrossing. I want you to do whatever the case may be. I want you to do protection. I want you to do road open. I want you to do blockbuster. We go through the whole process. Then I want you to do money drawing or whatever the case may be. And then they see results and their life starts progressing, and then they just stop. They're like, okay, I've gotten what I wanted. I'm just going to quit. And then come 6 months, a year later, here you come coming back to me when your life is in shambles. It kind of reminds me of me being Captain Saberho. I'm just going to be honest. Or they may go to another practitioner and then their life starts falling apart and then they crawl back over here. And I'm always here with open arms to take them back and to help them out. But you guys got to understand that spirit doesn't work like that. You can't just use them when you want to use them and then just be done with it. This has to be something that you make a commitment to that you want to do as far as working on yourself in a spiritual aspect. And when you get there spiritually, then everything else in your life will level off. You know, I talked to a lot of people about this. Like I have one particular customer that I talk to on a regular basis. And, you know, she told me that she went through a lot of different things before, you know, she started really getting into her spirituality. She started using our products. She started following the process. She started building a relationship with her ancestors. And she said that her life changed tremendously. You know, even after the spiritual healing, she said that she had business ideas, you know, to start a business. And it works like that too. Like one thing about it, like you may do money workings, okay, or you may do road opener workings, and that money may not just fall in your lap. That money may be the form of a business idea that you can put into motion to bring more money to you. You may get a friend that pop up and says, hey, I got a job for you to do, or I got this business idea. And then you capitalize on that. And that's your money work coming through. So I just want you guys to be cognizant, and I stress this so much, to be cognizant of how your work is taken. Just like I said, you know, sometimes, you know, you may have to do something unconventional than what you think that you may have to do. And that's the same way with your work. Spirit is going to bring, if you're doing like money work, the Spirit is going to bring that money the way that it can. You know, so if you don't have a court case pending or something like that, you know, you probably won't get $100,000 check in the mail. But you may get someone that comes and says, hey, I got a business idea. Or you may start having different ideas of how to bring money in your life. It's not nothing physical that you've seen put in your hand, but it may just even be, like I said, an idea that you have to put into motion. So just make sure that you are being mindful of that. And also, when you do get small things, make sure that you're appreciating it. You know, like I had a customer that said she was doing money work and she found like $2 on the ground, and she was like, thank you, ancestors, for that. You know, small things like that. You know, if she's not going to be appreciative of $2, I'm not going to bring her $200,000. So make sure that you are appreciative as well, and I guarantee that you will see more optimal results when you go to doing your workings. All right. So yeah, that was all I wanted to talk about, guys. So if you would, like I said, just make sure to subscribe to our channel, and also like this video. You can follow us on Instagram, which is Third Generation Conjure. Like us on Facebook, which is Third Generation Conjure as well. If you need any kind of spiritual supplies or services, you can visit our website, which is www.thirdgenerationconjure.com. And if you are more familiar with the Etsy platform, we do sell our products on there. And that web address is www.thirdgenerationconjure.store. And I will post all of those links in the description bar below. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.